Google did say that it will require vaccination for all on-campus U.S. workers and delay their return to the office to mid-October. Now, this comes on the heel of that reversal by the CDC on masking guidance for fully vaccinated individuals. And that comes in response to new data on the Delta variant that shows that even vaccinated individuals can, in rare cases, contract and also spread that strain. So the CDC says that both vaccinated and unvaccinated people should mask when they are in public indoor spaces that are in high and substantial transmission areas. Now, the CDC's director, Dr. Rochelle, described this new data as, quote, worrisome. So let's take a look at what that really means for the increasing number of people that were already headed back to work. Now, legal experts say that we should expect what we're already seeing, this ripple effect, where first, states and local governments could react and adopt their own mask requirements that in turn put a lot of pressure on employers to rethink how they go about reopening. Now, the bottom line legally is that while the CDC's guidance is just that, it's guidance, it's not legally binding, local and state rules certainly are. As one of the labor and employment attorneys I spoke with put it, she said the Delta variant is really a game changer here. Now, let's get a sense also of how significant this CDC guidance and this ripple effect really could become based on the data. Let's take a look at the CDC's COVID tracker. What it does is it shows areas of concern, and those are in red and orange. This is where transmission rates are the most aggressive. We have another full screen if you can show it. It's an orange and red indicators, and those are the high areas of concern. And what it shows also is that the largest percentage and number of U.S. counties currently are in that highest category of red. So nearly half of the country undergoing that kind of circumstance with respect to transmission. Also, we should mention that NBC is reporting that the Biden administration plans to announce tomorrow that federal workers will be required to get vaccinated or get regular testing. So, Alexis, a lot of ripple effects here, and certainly this is expected to impact how workers and if workers go back to the office as the Delta variant continues to be a huge concern.
That point, Alexis. Obviously, we're hearing the news that Google has decided to push back the reopening of their offices, I'm sure in no small part because of that Delta variant that is surging. What more can you tell us there? And do you have an expectation that perhaps we can see more and more employers and some of these big offices doing and making those exact same moves?
Absolutely, Kristen. And there's two ways that this could happen. The prediction from the labor and employment experts, they thought it would come from local and state governments taking that CDC guidance and saying, we're going to implement our own rules. And those are definitely necessarily legally binding on even private companies. But it looks like already with what you're seeing at Google, that companies are taking it into their own hands and they are going it alone and saying, we're going to adopt our own policies in anticipation perhaps of what local governments could do. Also, we should look at Governor Cuomo in New York saying state hospital workers, they must get vaccinated, he says. In New York City, also announcing today, Mayor de Blasio saying that a $100 cash offer will be made to those willing to get a vaccination. Also, several counties in California adopting more restrictive mask requirements in public. You have also Los Angeles requiring vaccination or testing for their city employees. Also, one more, St. Louis has also adopted a more restrictive mask requirement in public places. So we are definitely already seeing this happen. That's even without executive orders coming from local and state authorities.
All right, and the private sector stepping up to the plate as well. Alexis, Keenan, thanks for that roundup.